Ta-da! Now I actually remember that we're on verse 27 because I just remember right now. Thank you for being here.
It's a great joy.
Mm-hmm. So shall I just read verse 27?
Please.
Okay. Boy, this is wonderful. Remember what we were reading last week about inquiry?
Yeah.
It was like super good. When inquired into all the diverse differences of the world, the individuals and the supreme, superimposed in their multiplicity on the supreme Brahman, the truth, will be found to be nothing apart from the immaculate Brahman itself, as it is only the supreme Brahman, the self of all, that ever changelessly exists. Be of the steadfast conviction attitude that I indeed am the supreme Brahman, which is permanent, and be rid of uncertainty. There is nothing as the created, the existent, and the destructible. Brahma, the creator; Hari, the sustainer; Hara, the destroyer; Nescience, the individual, the mind, the bondage; this picture of a world, the Lord and delusion. All that exists is only the undivided supreme Brahman, being again and again of the conviction attitude that I am that, become yourself the supreme. There is nothing as the Vedas, the scriptures, the treatises, the subtle Vedantic tomes, the Itihasas, epics, Puranas, mythology, Agamas, treatises concerning temples and ritual techniques, such as Kamaka. Being the one alone or being the dual, all that exists is only the undivided supreme Brahman, being again and again of the conviction attitude that I am that expanse of supreme Brahman, become yourself supreme. The body and such that are the seen are only non-self. The seer only is yourself. The one supreme Brahman is yourself. It is indeed ever myself. All appearances, such as the Guru and the disciple and the pure supreme knowledge, are all indeed the indivisible absolute, and that am I. By such bhava, conviction attitude, become yourself the supreme. You want to say anything?
Just that the again and again is so consistent with, distraction and return, or, chasing a thought off and then remembering, oh, that's not real.
Yeah. The picture is frozen for me.
My picture.
Yeah.
Sometimes I turn my own video at when I'm in a meeting at work. I turn it off, saying that it prevents nightmares.
I haven't had any nightmares yet.
That's good.
Would you like to read them?
Divisions.
Okay.
I know it's 131.
Yeah.
The divisions, such as the fivefold deities, the divisions, such as their fivefold activities, heaven and hell, Mount Kailasa and the world, the gradations of the world, the individuals, and the supreme, All such manifold appearances are indeed only the indivisible supreme, and that I myself am. By such bhava, conviction or attitude, become yourself the supreme. Smell and various other senses, the fivefold elements such as space and such, the inevitable cycle of cause and effect, the pursuit of enjoyment and liberation, all such limitless differences, which are manifestations of mental misconception, are only the supreme, devoid of bondage, and that I myself am. By such bhava, conviction or attitude, become yourself the supreme. But for thought, there is no phenomenal world. Thought it is that appears as the phenomenal world. But for thought, there is no birth-death cycle. Thought it is that appears as the birth-death cycle. When inquired into, thought is found to be consciousness alone. Thought as consciousness remains as beatitude. I indeed am that beatitude, full of thought-free consciousness. Contemplating thus, become yourself that blessed state. So the first time I heard this chapter read by Ambas may have been 3 years ago, and it may have been 2 years old at the time, 2 or 3 years old. And you looked up the word beatitude on your phone. And this already joyous being got even more joyous.
I don't even know what it means, but it has a good feeling. I feel like it's like, I have to look it up again. I feel like it means like, I feel like it means beautiful grace or something. Like that. I don't know. Beatitude meaning. Supreme blessedness. Yeah, that's great. Look, thought as consciousness remains as supreme blessedness. Isn't that wonderful? Like supreme blessedness, beatitude. What an amazing word. I wish I would use that word more in my speaking. I'm going to make an effort to use that word beatitude, supreme blessedness, because nothing can be beatitude except for the truth, really, or grace. I wish I could see you. Can you turn your camera off and on again? Maybe that'll.
This is off.
Okay.
And this is on.
Okay, it's better.
Oh.
Got frozen.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Thought as consciousness remains beatitude. I indeed am that beatitude, full of thought-free consciousness. Thought as consciousness remains beatitude. I indeed am that beatitude, full of thought-free consciousness. Contemplating thus, become yourself that blessed state. The wonderful word, isn't it? Supreme blessedness. Somehow, like that sense is there. It's this, all the words of this really too, but like when I'm going along, I used to have this idea that once I was dead, everything would be great. Like not that everything wasn't even great in my life, everything was just kind of normal. But like I just had this idea that once like the body is gone, then I'd be in this like wow, like I'll know everything. I felt like I'll just know everything and everything will be good. And almost, I feel like that kind of lives in me somewhere still, like almost like a sense of that something, but it's not even necessarily when you're dead, it's just like at another time. So all of these words, and like it's becoming just in a different way. I feel like there's loads of different ways to wake up to the truth somehow. So this is kind of like a different way. So this kind of sense is happening that whatever is happening. So I could be going along my bike, which I often am, going along my bike. So I'm kind of like maybe seeing images, and maybe there's some kind of feeling inside at the same time. So then there's just this kind of sense like that all of these things, they're not here right now. And I could be going somewhere. So maybe there's a sense of like you're going to reach somewhere, because you're on your way somewhere. But then there's just I don't know, it's just a kind of a looking inside, I suppose, and just recognizing that, let's say, especially if you close your eyes, because if you close your eyes, you don't see any images. So if you close your eyes, you don't see anything. And then it's like, okay, like this is what it really is right now. What is really here is like nothing. There's nothing here. And even that, whatever the feeling is that's here, also that is kind of a superimposition, like what Beatitude would say, it's a superimposition on top. Like, so even that isn't here. And I just find it's just so joyful and beautiful. I don't know if you're still there because your picture's frozen and I can't hear it.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah, I think your picture's frozen. Yeah, but it's just so. It's just obvious, like it's a different way of. It's a different way of feeling that beatitude. It's just like, yeah, like so in particular moments, just recognizing that actually none of this is here. Like, and I think it's just somehow really easy to do when you close your eyes, because when you close your eyes, you immediately shut off a lot of the world, and like immediately you're not seeing anything. So even if there's other senses, somehow because they're not as prominent, I feel like our sight is like so super prominent. So that's gone. Then it's just like, okay, so what's here? It's just like, okay, so I'm here, and maybe there's some kind of sense of a feeling here, but like, and then to have all of these disappointing is like, okay, even that's not really here as well. It's just like that's just a illusory. I don't know. It's just, I don't know what to say about it, but that's happening. It's nice. Because it seems like that. It's like there's loads of different ways to wake up. Like, it's kind of like I heard Ajay Shanti saying before, and I feel like I understand it more now. I don't know what words he used now, but do you know Ajay Shanti?
I do.
He kind of says that there's loads of different perspectives to look from. So it's like loads of different ways to look. So you're looking through loads of different filters or something. So it's not great. I don't know if he actually said that, because those words are, no words are true anyway. But it is like that you're kind of looking through loads of different filters. And it's not that some of them are true and some of them are untrue. It's just that they're all different. They're all different. So it's almost like a joy to wake up in different ways. Like, so you're looking in different ways or experience. It's all experience, isn't it? Because waking up is experience. And ultimately, of course, that's not true, but still. Like, it doesn't matter, that's all we're on top of, something that's not true anyway. So. But somehow it's nice, it's fun, I don't know what the right word is, but to wake up in all the different ways. And somehow I'm enjoying this one, and I feel like it's really tied in with this, like this type of teaching, the song movement, because it's just like none of this is really here, and it's so joyful. It's really like that word beatitude. But I actually like that. No wonder I got so joyful. Like, I like the word better. I like supreme blessedness better than beatitude. So, but the meaning of it is great. But it's like it's two words squished into one. So that's good.
We're going to use beatitude a few more times here. Can I read some more?
Yeah, I wonder why you keep freezing. I wonder if that my computer or your computer.
Well, this is my work computer, and it's not such, it's not all powerful or anything, but it is the one I use every day.
Okay, so it doesn't usually. And this is not my computer. I'm not familiar with it.
Oh.
Okay. Anyway, it's fine. I can hear you. That's good.
Okay. And can you see me too, or no?
No, I can see a picture, and it's frozen on a really nice picture. You're smiling like this.
Oh, well. How's that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can just every so often stop and restart my video.
Yeah.
But for the mind, there is not an atom of this world. Mind it is that appears as all the world, This mind is just of the nature of concepts, ideas. When inquired into, concepts and ideas will be found to be consciousness. If the concept, ideas, that's sankalpa, of the mind is found to be as consciousness, mind itself will be found to be consciousness, which itself is peace indeed. Contemplating thus, I am that peace, that originless consciousness. Become peace yourself.
Can I read the next verse with the word beatitude? As the mind arises in me, filled with consciousness, abides in me, filled with consciousness, and subsides in me, filled with consciousness. There is nothing of the mind apart from me, filled with consciousness. As there is no mind apart from me, filled with consciousness, there is nothing else that exists apart from me, full of consciousness. I, myself, filled with consciousness, I am the Beatitude. Contemplating thus, become yourself the Beatitude. I love that. It's saying like basically everything is mind and it's consciousness. You know, and also it's like it's the Beatitude, it's supreme blessedness. So therefore, like this life is supreme blessedness. You know, I heard this words recently in a song, and I just felt like it was like so beautiful. And again, it probably is so beautiful here because I used to have the idea that everything would be wonderful after the body was gone. So like the words were along the lines of everything that I love is right here on earth. I just thought it was so beautiful, like really touched my heart because it's true. So it's like everything that's here, you know, is God basically. It's like that's what we love. That's what where we really love, you know, we're really loving ourselves. And like that's everything in this whole world. Like, you know, because our minds can just make it like it's somewhere else, even if it's in heaven or some other world or some other time, some other moment, some other situation. But it's actually just like here and now. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to be seeing anything fancy or so like somehow this verse reminds me of that because it's really saying the same thing. I myself, filled with consciousness, I am the Beatitude. Contemplating thus, become yourself the Beatitude. It's funny, isn't it? Because it's saying like I am the Beatitude. It's using that word. And then it's also saying contemplating thus, become it. So actually, like you're becoming it by recognizing that you already are it.
Yeah.
So in a way, you're not really becoming it at all. But still, like experientially, it feels like you are because when you don't recognize it, you don't know it. You know, it's useless if you don't recognize it. Like if you really believe that you're a goat, why them words are coming. But if you really believe you're a goat and like you're in a field full of goats, so you're seeing goats all around it, and all the goats are telling you you're a goat, like, and then you might just start behaving like a goat, so you feel like a goat. I don't know why you go, but still.
Well, that's a very bad idea.
Yeah, it's a bad idea. Apart from me, filled with consciousness, there is no appearance of the world whatever, which is a consequence of concepts, fixed ideas. Apart from me, filled with consciousness, there are no individuals or lords, which are consequences of concepts, fixed ideas. I like to leave out the non-translated words. It's just kind of easier to understand.
Sure.
Apart from me, filled with consciousness, there is never any consequence of concept, fixed idea, none at all. I, filled with consciousness, am ever Beatitude, supreme blessedness. Contemplating thus, become Beatitude yourself. Supreme blessedness. That is such a good feeling, isn't it? Some like all words have different feelings. Somehow, I like the word. Well, like the word supreme blessedness have a very nice feeling. Just as the world and others seen in a dream in me, filled with consciousness, are nothing apart from me. The world and others seen in me during waking, filled with consciousness, are nothing apart from me. I, filled with consciousness, abide as the one, ever the one, established as all the perfectly full, pervasive beatitude. I, filled with consciousness, abide as myself, contemplating thus, become beatitude yourself. You know, I think I told you before, Eshan keeps saying, this is a dream. Every now and again, he's just like, this dream. He was really sick today. We were in a car and he gets travel sick. So he was like, oh, he was just feeling sick. So we got out of the car and he was like, actually, I think this is all a dream. I said, yeah. I said, because I can't remember going to sleep or waking up. And I'm like, yeah, it's definitely a dream. I think it's funny. I thought it was quite good to say it, like right in the middle of when he was in the middle of a crisis. I don't know how impactful, if it was impactful for him, it was impactful for me. I felt like it was good for him to say, like in the middle of a crisis. Because that's when it feels good, isn't it? If we're in the middle of a crisis, that usually means we're taking something quite seriously. You know, but then if you remember that actually it's just a dream, it's like it's not so bad. It's like being again and again of the conviction attitude as declared here, always and continuously, that the divisionless supreme Brahman is all, and I am that indivisible supreme Brahman. Cast off delusion, and thus attain that undivided supreme knowledge, which has nothing apart from it, and enjoying that undivided supreme bliss, and being rid of all the debilitating misery of this world, become yourself of the nature of the blemishless supreme Brahman. You can read the last few verses if you like.
Not an
Only if
atom.
you like.
Oh, I like. Not an atom anywhere at any time is apart from Brahman of the nature of awareness. All indeed is the perfectly full supreme Brahman. You also indeed are the perfectly full supreme Brahman. The meaning of all that has been expounded is true. There's not the least doubt about this. By knowledge, nourished by courage, be steadfastly clarified as explained here, and be rid of doubts. All is one completely perfectly full Brahman. I am one completely perfectly full Brahman. Those who ever have this conviction or attitude with discernment will themselves be the supreme Brahman of the nature of awareness. As expounded by the partless Shiva, I have explained the undivided truth to you, Nidagha. Those who understand this as explained will attain happiness. I'm in favor of it. Those who have the conviction or attitude that the Supreme Shiva, present everywhere without a pause in the form of the great linga, the mark or monolithic symbol, is I will, totally bereft of all the misunderstandings of the mind, attain the clear, undivided supreme knowledge, and attain the changeless state of liberation. Thus did Ribu, the sage of clear vision, uncontaminated by the eye infection, graciously explain the undivided truth to Nidagha. I love the indirection there.
Like we get to sit with Rubu and Adaga every week.
Say that once more.
We get to sit with Rubu and Adaga every week.
Oh yeah,
Witness their self-time.
there you go.
If that's not beatitude, I don't know what is.
So I would say I feel that by thinking of you, but at the same time, there's no you. And that, I mean, that just leads to really good things.
Yeah, it's great when you think like that, like when there's actually no me. Like sometimes I think like that, like there's actually no Ananda, you know. So I think of Ananda because like I love him so much. But then I'm like actually like he doesn't exist. He doesn't actually exist at all. Muji doesn't exist. You don't exist. Amba doesn't exist. Like none of this imaginary world exists. I think it's just like so great to remember that. I don't know, I just get great joy.
Yeah.
Even though I also get great joy out of the form of it and the imagination. So it's imagination, but it's it's imagination, but like it is consciousness, like that bear said. It's like all of this consciousness is beatitude, is that? So you get great joy out of that, but you also get great joy out of recognizing that it's all just a dream, really. Dream is a good word, really. And maybe that's how you get such great joy out of it. Like if it was real, it would be so frightening. Wouldn't it though? Imagine like if it was real. Like, I don't know, I think it would be scary. Don't even want to go there. Pretty sure.
I like to save the last verse for you. It's like the last bite of a very delicious meal.
Okay. It is the undivided form of our God of gods in a state of joyous dance that proclaims, there is not an atom apart from the supreme reality, which is all pervasive. All is the supreme reality, which is existence, consciousness, bliss, and blemishless. And those who have the perfectly full knowledge that we are that reality are the liberated. Because like then what's the need for fear? You know, if you know that everything is only in your mind and your mind is consciousness alone. So that's how it is. But if we really knew that, like really deeply, like there's really nothing ever to be afraid of, ever. But yeah, I'm saying we, like just we as humans, you know, like we're actually afraid of so many things. Like afraid, like, and so we have to try to control like the outcome. It has to be a certain way to make us feel safer, you know, all the different stories of the world. So I do feel like that level of kind of knowing in our heart that everything is purely myself alone, that can kind of somehow deepen and deepen in your heart, isn't it? Not in the knowing in your head, but like it seems like the knowing of that can get deeper and deeper. And sometimes maybe just in a moment, like you feel like you know it wholly and completely, and it can't even get any deeper. But somehow it seems to get deeper and deeper all the time.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
No, I don't know, but like I kind of feel like that. It's like actually don't know, like this is just hypothetical, but like it feels like that deepening can happen kind of forever, like I don't know, eternally or something. Like you don't even need the body for it. I feel like you don't need the body for it. And in a way, the whole thing that we're learning is we don't even really have a body. So why would you need a body for it? You know, like we're imagining we have a body for it. Like there must be some use in the imagination. I think maybe it gets us started or something. You know, like it gets us really like to really get into recognizing, because nothing can fool you then. You know, it doesn't matter what it is. But then like yeah, this is what I kind of felt like I had this sense of it's really just a story because everything is just a story. But what I was trying to say before, that like you shut your eyes, okay, no images, and then you see, okay, so really none of this here. So I kind of had the sense that really this is what we are all the time. like you're just in this, you're just consciousness, okay? But then this maybe without a body, because really we're not the body anyway, ever. So like this feeling arises somewhere in your consciousness, and then we believe it so much that then we have to be seemingly born, isn't it? But then, like, so maybe, let's say, this is kind of a hypothetical story, but I kind of feel like it has an element of truth in it. I feel like this. But like, let's say after this body dies, then like we're just going to be the same as like whatever. Close your eyes, whatever you feel like when you close your eyes. And when a feeling comes up, like some kind of feeling will still come maybe. But like because we know already, we've learned when we seem to see a world and we've learned that none of it's true. So you don't have to imagine it into existence anymore.
Mm.
So it can just come and go, and we can just like remain as consciousness. We don't have to dream up a whole world again. I don't know if that really makes sense in words.
Well, there's a real feeling of the ocean and the wave, you know, like the ocean is continuous and the wave is an appearance or just a slight state change, but it's still ocean.
Yeah, it's like we're imagining ourselves to be a wave, or we're imagining ourselves to be like this, but like we're never ever this ever. Like even when it seems like we are, even when it seems like we're seeing it, we're still not that. You know what I mean? Because like, you know, sometimes you can have these, there's all different kind of layers of ideas, isn't it? So there's like a layer of idea, like, oh yeah, well, like I am a body. I'm not really a body. Really, I'm like divinity, but like for a while I'm a body. But actually, no, not even for a while. You're actually never a body. Like it's actually imagined the whole time. Like even when you're seemingly in the middle of it, it's like totally not. It's not even here. Like even now. You know, even though the words seem like they're coming from a body, but the words aren't even the sound is like imagined, so even that's not there. I don't know, it's weird. Very mysterious. Very mysterious. It's like someone, if someone like just tuned into this, they'd be like, whoa, she is like out of her head on drugs. But like I remember, like even when I was younger, I don't know what I was talking about, but people used to think that I was on drugs, like even though I wasn't. They were like, "Wow!" I remember someone saying to me, like my boyfriend's sister at the time when I was about like 18, 19, she was like, "Wow, you're just like that. Yeah, like, you're just like that all the time. You're not on drugs or anything." I was like, I'd love to know what I was saying then. I don't know what I was saying. But you know, like I think like these kind of words have been coming out of my mouth like for a long time. Like I didn't know because I just remember like I used to say I didn't know what I was saying. Like I meant it, what I was saying, but I didn't have any. I wasn't thinking about what it meant really. But I remember when I was really young, I used, like let's say 12, I used to just laugh all the time. I'd just be laughing at nothing kind of. People used to be like, "What are you laughing at?" I'd be like, "Nothing," and everything. It's sure it's both the same thing. So now, from a satsang perspective, I can kind of say, "Wow, like that's pretty wise. Like nothing and everything is the same thing." But like then, I wasn't thinking it was wise. It was just like real kind of normal. Like I'm not laughing at anything, and just because I'm not laughing at anything, then it's everything because everything is happening. It's pretty like yeah. But like, there you go.
I love your laugh.
But I think it's like that. It's like life just uses anyone or anything to express itself. You know, it doesn't really matter. Like it's like you don't have to be liberated or you don't have to be anything. It's like life uses like everything is consciousness. So life will use this or that or this or that. And just because life is using this, it doesn't make this thing better than that thing. Like life could if it wanted to just use a teddy bear. I'm saying a teddy bear because I can see a teddy bear. But life if it wanted to consciousness, it could just make a teddy bear come to life and start talking. But and then you know what we would do if that happened? So we'd be like, "Oh my God, this teddy bear came alive and it started talking and it started speaking all this," and then we turn that teddy bear into like a god or something. You know, because that's what we even do with people. You know, we do people like people who say even like seemingly wise things. Like they're no different than anyone else. Everybody is living the same. the same way, you know, and every human has the same challenges in a way. Like the challenge is to surrender everything. So every human has that. If that's the challenge, you know, for some people it comes easier, but that's the thing that's happening. You're either surrendering or you're suffering. Surrender or suffer. That's good, isn't it? Surrender or suffer. That's going to be on the news. On the news tonight. That'd be so cool, wouldn't it? If you turned on the news, it's like surrender or suffer. And whoa, that's cool. I might start a news channel. That would be so cool. I wouldn't really. You just let me be silly because you laugh at my silly jokes. Anyway, I think it's a good message. It's a good message to myself. Surrender or suffer.
You know, Gangaji. Do you know the name Gangaji?
Yeah. She had like blonde curly hair, and she was like devotee of Papaji.
Yeah, and she has a lovely Texas accent.
Yeah.
But she said, you know, I'm here to tell you, you're free to go on suffering. You're also free to stop suffering. So there you go.
Yeah. Pretty simple.
Yeah, one of those pithy little statements that stuck with me forever. You know,
yeah. I don't think you're suffering though, are you suffering?
Not so much lately. No, not so much lately.
Yeah.
There are moments though, you know, there's still old habits still to learn to be aware of, but that's, you know, part of the play.
Yeah.
There's so much love and gratitude and joy and maybe a tablespoon of compassion here and there coming forward now that haven't been in the last few months. It's very beautiful. Yeah.
I would love if the word beatitude came into my vocabulary.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'd love if the word beatitude came into my vocabulary more. That'd be nice. And then if someone says, "What does that mean?" it would give me such a joy to like explain what it means. It's pretty nice. But I'd probably forget. I'd probably forget as soon as I hang up the call.
Well, what if you ask them to sit down and you put your hands on them or something? Now feel this. Well, I know there was a question about us getting together today, so I'm so glad we were able to.
Oh yeah, thank you for being flexible because I wasn't able to say for sure.
Yeah, sure.
So thank you for our meeting today. Appreciate it. Thank
Can you see me? Can you see me
yes,
right
I can.
now?
I can.
Okay, well,
I think I was on like a camera, like you could see the two of us. I don't know why it just came up like that, and I didn't change it. And then, when I made you big, then it's not stopping anymore. Okay. So when it's like that, I don't know why. I can see it.
So you can see me. Namaste to you. That's beautiful.
I wish that you will enjoy the beatitude that you are for your whole life, but you know, imminently for the weekend and beyond, but hopefully forever. And recognize everyone else as the beatitude also, and everything else. And same here.
Yeah.
Prayers for you.
Amen.
Thank you.
Till next time. Okay. Bye-bye.